Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Small on top left side as the yellow Isabella, we got Ritmo. Small on bottom right side as the dark gray, what's her name again? I forgot the custom CEO's name again. Mira, we have NeoAndy. I wonder if she knows what an airport is. Either way, let's take a look at the CEOs. Isabella has been nerfed from her cartridge counterpart. If I remember correctly as well, gets the standard plus 20% offense, 10% defense, small bonuses there. But primarily her indirect units get one last max range during her superpower. But I think her ground, all other stuff, movement is still the same. Mira, of course, is one of the custom COs. She has 0% boarding cost, so free boarding, a very large radius, no CO expansion, does have max energy, so she does have a superpower, just no power nor expansion, which is a little bit different. And 6 CO radius is one of the largest, if not the largest, in the entire game. Day-to-day, absolutely none, not even the default plus 10% offense and defense like every other CO gets at bare minimum. And of course no CO power, and her superpower is for actually a discounted 45 energy, all units get -1 health. So it's basically like a typhoon or a black wave. A basic 1 global damage at a discounted rate. A comparison to Hawk, who does have a CO zone that provides extra power, smaller, much smaller, does have a 50 energy CO power, which does do the -1/+1 effect. But of course, this is just 6 radius is easy to supercharge to charge this CO power up repeatedly. Either way, this map is a fog of war map. We do have 2 bases on each side. We do also have a set of airports as well. Comm towers, no radar station. Got gunboats on top of the HQs. There is shores there, so the gunboats can leave it permanently. And yeah, I think that should cover the explanation. Of course, player 2 does have actually an initial bike rather than initial infantry unit, so slightly a bit more effect than normal, at least mobility wise. But you can see here, an infantry unit would capture that sector, just the follow-up captures would be nice. So the initial capture won't be slow, just the follow-up captures will be faster. I probably butchered that out of the way. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. Oh yeah, Isabella's theme, I always forget that. Of course, Mira's using the default no CO / Davis's theme. Clearly it should be Davis's theme. And I'm sort of surprised of all the custom COs in this game, they didn't give Davis any effect. Like, why not Davis? What's wrong with him? Nobody likes him? They even did, I think one for even the Worm, the Fanatic, which is a colder disguise. You may hear my drink open up. Either way, I think my audio a little bit too high compared to the game. Yeah, it should be fine enough. I can never get audio balancing right. If I remember correctly as well, some initial conflicts may happen relatively soon. Oh no, she got stuck, like a stepsister. More bikes being deployed on the field. And I remember as well, I think I actually need to fix something in the audio. There we go, I think I fixed the audio issue. Either way, Isabelle does have a good capture rate, has 1 extra property, does get trapped again, has loaded up her CO into a bike, a cheap way. It won't provide too much combat effectiveness, does get the natural CO max of veterancy. You have a recon here. And with this massive CO zones easily powered up and provides no benefits. If you click for damage, if you click on, say, yeah, just click on this one, you see +0/+0. You do have a tank deployed out by Mira. More tanks being deployed in the field. Got a recon ready to push on forward, though this stuff's out of vision range. More properties being captured. Con towers have not been touched just yet, appropriately or inappropriately. Isabella has loaded up herself into a tank. More infantry. In fact, this airport has not been touched just yet. Yellow will probably head for it next turn. Compound being captured, but that is in range of various infantry forces. Multiple tanks push way forward. More anti-air and infantry, as well as a flare. Contractors aren't being captured there. Oh no! Oh no! Gets a good strike there. Bringing down the half-elf. Should be completely stopped next turn. Multiple bikes, infantry units, and recon there. So yeah, that should be interrupted pretty easily. I think I'm getting about the point with the stop of the autoplay and start manually covering the moves. So you got the bear, all the clicking. Good shot there, and that did provide a good amount of CO power. More CO charge there, more CO charge. Of course, Isabella's tank is right here, and her day-to-day is plus recent offense, so nothing too significant, but it is still very nice to have. Plus is also max range CO plus 40% attack, so that can do some good work. There are two tanks here. Isabelle does have two tanks. She may be able to do a double first strike on one tank and finish off quickly. And Isabelle will have the column tower here captured as well, getting additional 5% attack and defense. Right now she does have a small income advantage. Does not take on the tank. Decides to finish off that one unit. It is on the forest there, nice and hidden. Finish off that unit there as well. Start catching up. Good strike there. Also in her radius, so she's up at the 18. Mira's almost at her superpower. Over halfway there. Good number of tanks, artillery, and tank. And we do have a battlecopter down here, so we only have a single anti-air for Alpha Isabelle at the moment. Get some good strikes there. She will not be able to use her superpower this turn since she has moved the CO's unit. We'll scout out this tank, interrupts the column capture. Moves on the forest to try and prep the attack. There is an unscouted tank here, and plus the recon here as well. Isabelle does have quite a bit of force, but so does Mira. What's this tank up here? In range of some bikes, but that may not be a good idea. Maybe just move to the HQ for a forward staging point. Let's see what Isabella does. She's going for it. Great strike there. Superpower available. Knocks out tank. We've got 3 tanks here. Great strike there. Might as well, when she pops a superpower, she gets only minus 1 health or 10% damage on all enemy units. No global 10% attack or defense. So all of her units will be completely, utterly ordinary. So her spending a turn of her bike to use that ability is perfectly fine. Isabella has reached a 41 energy. Her CO unit should be safe enough for now, but that's probably famous last words. Good strike there. Capture another territory. She has 2 property advantage. I see no projects being captured by Gray. Battlecopter, tank, anti-air. Here comes a superpower. Casts it. Doesn't even fall back. Not like losing it's going to be a massive issue. Battlecopter gets a good first strike. Recon goes down. It's Isabella's bike. Good strike on her command tank. But she has actually a sizable amount of defense there. 50 defense. She's pretty close to her own superpower. Her actual power bonus is not super high. The plus 1 movement speed is probably the most useful thing here. Isabella's turn. Right now, she is slightly no. With her daily income, she should be just fine. She should be even. Pulls back the wounded tank. Takes out the battle copter. Giving one more energy left to our superpower. Superpower now available. She could pop it. Does not pop it. Great damage there. Takes out a couple more units. Oops, I hit the autoplay. Oh well. More battle copters. Good presence up there by Isabelle. Battlecopter tank. And I think his opponent... Can you see your opponent's units flashing, indicating superpower? I'm pretty sure you don't see your opponent's superpower in the game. But I couldn't mistake that. I honestly forget. Takes out the infantry unit there. Spots the CO tank. 1 health remaining. Maybe it'll finish off. It needs just... Yep, we'll finish off there. So no superpower. Try to pull it back a little bit farther. Good strike there. More battle copters and tanks and bikes. Remember, well, she can always see a unit on top of the HQ. One good thing about moving the gunboat off, it can... Now you can HQ here. Which you could do that with a battlecopter, right? Move the battlecopter on top of the flare and then seal the battlecopter next turn. Takes out the CO unit, was 22 energy. It's a bloody fight over here. Takes out that unit there. She could CO the anti-air. Oh wait, no, the CO's inside this tank. Is COing an anti-air a good idea or a bad idea? Probably not a great idea, but wouldn't be a bad idea, probably. It's coming from me, it's likely a horrible idea. You should never do that. Tank up here. Gets a good hit down the recon, or a bike. The recon up here. Needs another tank up there. Maybe a battlecopter would do. Battlecopter strikes these units. Another CO unit there. And since her rate is so massive, it does get a lot of presence immediately. More battlecopters on the left side. Bikes as well. More battlecopters ain't here. Isabelle gets the first strike there. Knocks out the battlecopter. Great hits there. Giving her 17 energy. And there's another 8. Lots of energy there. Lots of death there as well. At 36 energy. Battlecopter. This tank is not in any concealment, but not been spotted either. He kept the comm tower. This comm tower is still neutral down there. Trying to flip multiple properties. Very nice. Does spot the tank. On this tank to get a first strike there. Anti-air. Nope, that is miss on sea, not traversable land. Couple tanks there. Good strike there. First strike there, that's the important one. Now this tank has free range over everything. Battlecopter as well, anti-air as well. So Isabelle has a credible threat up here. Maybe as well bike here to help capture up some of the stuff up here as well. Transport copter, bike, and medium tank. Guess the transport copter is going to push forward maybe to here, then the infantry unit will pop out and get there. Maybe somewhere for a mech, I'm not sure. We're going to wait and see. Isabelle is trying to fall back. A lot of wounded units here, and of course she has no real vision over here. A flare over here wouldn't be half bad. She has that 36 and still has +1 CO zone. Or range. Does flip a property. Now she's ahead by 1. And looks like she is rotating up north. Isabelle is being defensive here, which of course for our cast division means She could actually be aggressive down this direction. But this stuff is still can project both north and west. Double bridge there. In which the artillery piece has pretty good coverage there, but not any sort of concealment, so forest would be great. Forest could also be here, be decent. This city is currently captured by his opponent, so this artillery piece is in vision range. Medium tank. Transport copter down there, that's going to be for our mech. Yep. And his compound is captured down here as well, so Isabelle has +10, +10. First strike there, gain some more energy, 46 out of 60. Lots of battlecopters here, medium tank. Lots of medium tanks as well, so Isabelle is starting to tech up, and with her superpower on the way, they can punch even farther. Rotating up north, good enough battlecopters from both sides. We got double anti-air here, including one's max vet. Isabelle may not realize it, but her tanks here could have free range. Mech pushing down south, so is a bike. May deploy a recon down here to help out in this region, but she is in a good position down here. A neutral property still exists in the map as well. Rotating over here, she does have 19 energy. And his medium tanks, if she gets her superpower, was that 1 or 2 movement? It's 2 movement, which is great for medium tanks. Infantry here will definitely be picked off next turn. We do have a rocket to pull out Mira. Ooh, nice little one-shot there. I'm sort of surprised that happened. If we go back by 1 turn, it is 2 levels of efficiency, gets plus 10% attack. But I'm sort of surprised that's enough to get the one-shot there. 61 out of 63 health, so the health may be 7, but it's actually 63, so it is a very small chance, or a very easy chance of rolling a luck roll to finish it off as well. And I thought as well as Isabella's 2 calm towers that would have been fine, so I guess not. Possible superpower? Yeah, no, not likely at all. The CO zone doesn't reach far enough forward. She has to move the CO unit forward in order to get the power charge. We're heading down south. Rocket here. Isabelle may be dying to just get a bit of skirmish damage in and an eye for her superpower to close out the game. It's one of those game-ending superpowers having +2 range or movement range and +1 indirect fire range. Though in the cartridge, we're having +2 indirect fire range is massive to a combination. Have your rockets and artilleries get a first strike in and then follow up with the ground and attack. If she was like a her superpower in the cartridge was like, I win now. Flare there. Sonic threat does take a chunk out of that bike there, and the tank is in range to protect the comm tower. Battlecopter in here. Let's see, she could try creep forward. It's getting to the point where it's like stall festas. Flare push down south, anti-air as well. Good strike there. Interrupts the capture. Rocket straight forward, battlecopter there. Creeping his way forward. Got some anti-airs here, but the battlecopters appear to be out of range. Just trying to creep his way forward, her way forward. Getting the artillery piece into range of something wouldn't be half bad. I think it's mostly going to have to rely on the rocket. Flare spots everything there. Backs off those units. Starting to capture up that city. Rocket there, utilizing the roads. In range of various forces, and as well that city is captured. Though this artillery piece on the force, so without a flare, no way to really spot it. Rocket push way forward. Mech. Finished off that one hell of infantry unit, but took 2 vehicle turns. Bomber. There's only what? 1 anti-air on the... No, there's 2 anti-airs in the field. But still, a bomber. Let's see. When it comes to value, Isabelle does have a slight advantage. After the 20,000 funding, she'll be effectively at 188. So she's about half a turn behind, but that's not a significant difference. You can do more than half a turn's worth of damage there. We do now have a missile here. It's become a bit of a stall fest. Both players posturing with indirect fire. So it looks like overall Mira's doing a little bit better at that. Gets first strike there on the tank. Very nice. Gain that bit of power charge. The gunboat could be sieged on. Get some extra power charge going. If she's able, she needs to squeeze out that little bit extra power charge, but the gunboat is out of vision range. Oops, I actually right-clicked. This property is still neutral, a despicable neutral. How did that get vision? Did she make a pass at that somehow? How did she have vision of that? Not sure how she had vision of that, but she did. And there's Isabelle's superpower. Did sacrifice a recon to get that shot there, but that also gave Isabelle her superpower, which means she can do some serious work. She can pull back slightly, and then she can push forward greatly. Posturing some units forward. We do have a missile there. Flare there. Maybe Isabelle fired a flare and just bugged out and didn't actually reveal it. The flare does have 3 ammo though, so maybe not. Will Isabelle use a superpower, or she's going to edge a little bit forward and just edge in more ground forward? Flare there. No superpower. Recon pass. Bomber heading down south. Anti-air there. That's out of range. Another flare there. At this point in time, she's trying to get set up for her superpower. She has available, just needs the pathing. Sort out the pathing. Right now, Mira's superpower, if she is able to squeeze it out, that can be quite good. It'll dampen everything by 10%. Pushing pretty far up north, which also means it's weaker down here. The rotation is quite significant. Isabelle has no vision across this region. Let's just put on autoplay for the time frame. I don't know if she's going to use... There's the superpower. Okay. So much for autoplay. Let's see now. Tank nukes the flare. Bomber nukes the medium tank. Medium tank nukes the rocket. Battlecopter on battlecopter violence. Infantry down. Missile still there, so the bomber will likely go down next turn. Spots the medium tank. Great strike onto it. Capture. Capturing of some of these terror properties is a good idea. Its properties no longer neutral. Spots the missile now. So this bombers are likely dead. Though it is under the effect of a superpower, so plus 20% defense, maybe enough. Massive gains have been pushed. These base locks are likely. She's going to lose a comm tower. There's a massive push there. Isabelle has a pretty sizable lead. Rocky, good strike there. I'm curious. DO91 with a high luck roll. That bomber could be taken out. Okay, capture comm tower first. Good. Sacks a battlecopter. Battlecopter goes down. Her own superpower. This will allow her to nuke the bomber. Also wants this force by a small amount, but it is actually a decent amount. Great strike there. Medium tank slowly going down. That plus 20% defense is going to be a bit of a problem, or right now it's just plus 15% defense. Versified Texas was plus 10. Lots of properties being threatened. Oh no. But might as well, none of these guys get any additional attack and defense. So do not have a anti-tank there. Good number of anti-airs there. This is probably gonna get real messy real quick. Maybe good idea to move the CO unit first, or get in position first. Medium tank withdrawals. It is versus 2. Rocket gets a deadly shot there, so that's a good spot for the command tank at the moment. Wounded tank falls back. Anti-air takes out the battlecopter. I think move this to engage the anti-air. Yes. Now she can get some good power charge here. Pulls back the wind recon. Good strike there. Strike there. Finish that one off. Threatening the property. Takes the battlecopter. Takes out the tank. There goes the anti-air. 30 energy. Capture order. Missile took a pretty sizable hit there. Good shot there. At 55 energy, next turn she will get her superpower. Almost gets interrupted. There's a possibility to see a tank and medium tank here. Maybe not. Definitely not. Rocket out of range here. Possible that Mira can get her superpower this turn as well. She has 0 energy, so maybe not. Medium tank on medium tank. That little bit extra defense does go a long way. Recon finish off anti-air. Tank hits and artillery. Tank on tank violence. Command tank hits the tank. Takes out the battlecopter. Many hits there. And this rocket right here is locking down this base, so this is a bit of a problem. Could base skip here and go for maybe battlecopter or something. Don't think the anti-tank was a great option. She is at max out power, so another superpower can be brought on in, but I have a feeling we're going to see another superpower here. And there's a superpower. Or not, she's going to use the extended radius and be aggressive that way. Goes to the capture. Capture, capture, capture. She wants the extended CO zone. Base locks the airport as well. Now there's only one base can be produced out of. Probably a war tank is the only option then. Anti-air goes down. Good strike there. Finish off the anti-tank. Mira has this turn and only this turn only to turn on the game. Because the base under threat and the airport is blocked. The airport could be cleaned out by this recon, I believe. Actually, no, just out of range. Tank should maybe I'll finish off. Battlecop goes down, takes out the artillery piece. Good strikes here. Making some good headway, clean up some of the outlying units. This base is just going to be base block. It won't be captured next turn. Lots of good progress there. Look at the value. It's actually shrunken down quite a bit. Isabelle's force is getting annihilated. War tank here. Okay, that's a good spot. Airport is still occupied. She's going to use her superpower. Maybe going to... she's pushing forward like that. Probably not. She does have a slight advantage at the moment. Getting some outlying units. But all these tanks may just need to get on out of there. Her superpower could have allowed her to escape a little bit easier. Of course, war tanks are slow. I'm surprised Mira's able to form this good a defense. But our HQ is somewhat exposed. Battlecopter backs off in the corner. Tank, helicopter. Let's see, funding. She does have a 4,000 funding lead, and there's a number of properties exposed here. Both sides have a comm tower. Flare there. Didn't see a whole lot. Battlecopter. Tank goes down. Anti-air going to be hit. There's another anti-air in the region. And the rocket. 2 shots remaining on top of property. War tank takes out the anti-air. Artillery piece or rocket gets on top of the HQ. And overall looks like Mira has pulled ahead. Isabelle could have popped her superpower for a better escape. But looks like Mira actually may turn this around. Superpower or not sure. Let's find out. Capturing comm tower, capture. Medium tank falls back to the HQ. Bike spots anti-air. Superpower. She is about... It is relatively even right now. It's coming down to day-to-day funding. Good strike on the command tank. Good strike. Takes out the battlecopter. Picks the command tank. Honestly, a minor pick. It was useful. The CO powers dampening her advance. Tank on tank. Anti-air goes down. Battlecopter gets some great shots there. This war tank is nice and all, but it is slow. Only thing it can strike is infantry and the battlecopter. Tank. Battlecopter back here still exists. Let's see. Isabelle has pulled ahead once again. Mira make a great comeback. Sealed an artillery piece. And push forward with it. In open ground. Wall. Flare on anti-air. Rocket strikes the tank. Good strike on the tank. Does not finish off that tank. Finish off the tank there with the recon. War tank falls back rather than pushing forward. I don't know if the war tank should have forced back because it's so slow. Let's see. And that's ranged artillery piece, and it was right there, wasn't it? I don't know. The war tank was definitely necessary to force back the advance, but now it's at the point in time where it's too slow. It's going to take a turn or two just to get back up here. Tank, anti-air. Battlecopter still here, 15 fuel remaining. Now she has free range over here, maybe a bike. Sealed unit move, gets a good strike there with the rocket. This rocket's now vested too. It's been doing great work. Great strike there. Another good strike there. Direct hit on his opponent's rocket. I want to say this may be the point where Mira starts falling apart, but she pulled out a pretty good reversal right here, having more than half your structures base blocked, but she is down by 6,000 economy, and that is the part that will kill her. She will not be able to equalize that very easily. Her superpower is great for that. I don't know. She's at a lot of fundings there. She's at 100,000 value at the moment, and her opponent has right now 136. Good shots there. The recon gets a good strike up there. Superpower, okay, that dulls everything a little bit. And that puts our opponent down to 100,000. Battlecopter there. This T-copter or battlecopter is definitely at one health. Oh yeah, you could just highlight here and you can see the exact health. Not sure what it was beforehand. Good strikes here. Isabelle's at 34 and she's a level 2 CO zone with max vet rocket. It's been a while since I've seen one of those things. Cleaning up some exterior forces. This tank is almost out of ammo and health. Finish. Direct hit there on the rocket takes it out, down to 60,000 at 100,000. And of course has a sizable economic advantage. Now has either you want to view a 30% more income or she has 25% less income. Not good. I think at this point in time, Mira's just running out of steam. And oh no! Got trapped there like a stepsister. Wait, I already did that joke this game. Can't do it twice. War tank connects. Regular tank finishes. Good strikes there. Doing some good damage across the line. Pretty close to her superpower. Of course, she can't deploy out this turn. And she has resigned. That was a really, really good game. This Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.